Hello everybody out there and welcome back to Comic Frontline. I'm Chris and you're here with me once again for another comic book review. And in this video I'll be reviewing Batman The Shadow issue number 2. Mind games to the max. Truth may not be truth, and do not let your eyes deceive you. When the Shadow is involved, not only does the Shadow know, but he will put the Dark Knight detective to his limits and beyond. I loved this issue. I will say that off the bat. And as I'm showing you guys some artwork that's inside the book, I gotta let you guys know, spoiler alert warning, I will be talking about stuff that happened in this book. Look at this awesome splash page. I really did like the artwork in this book. So if you have not read Batman The Shadow issue number 2 yet, you may want to take this video, put it in your watch later file, and come back later because you do not want to be spoiled. There's a lot of awesome stuff that happened in this book. However, I like to give a non-spoiler overview, and I already started talking about that. The Shadow. He is one of my favorite pulp heroes because of how crazy and how outside the box his character, villains, his stories are. And then you take Batman, who only works on truth and and facts, and then you throw in the Shadow, where fact can be changed at the snap of a finger. And Batman believes the Shadow is the one that killed Cranston when, in fact, the Shadow did not kill Lamont Cranston. And we find out, I mean, you can see from the cover here, we see the Stag. Now, if you don't know the Stag from the Shadow universe, he's one of the Shadow's rivals, and you can't kill the Stag. I'm going to give you that from, like, my knowledge of the Stag from the Shadow U. But anyway, the cover kind of spoils already where the book is going and who the culprit is. But now it's up to Batman to figure out what the truth is for himself. And I love how the Shadow has always been kind of a possible part of Batman's past, revealing in the last issue that he could have been Ducard, the man that trained Bruce Wayne, aka Batman, when he went to the Himalayas years and years ago. That's crazy that the Shadow might actually be the one that taught Batman all the things that Batman knows today. And that's the non-spoiler overview, because I'm already starting to get into spoilers, and I don't want to do that. The artwork in this book was excellent. The story, definitely. If you're a fan of The Shadow, if you're a fan of Batman, and mind games that are played on Batman, you need to check this book out. And for the last page alone, you definitely should check out Batman The Shadow, issue number 1. Now, 2. Now, spoiler time. So again, if you haven't read this, don't want spoilers, don't stick around. So Batman ends up fighting the Shadow, as you guys saw from the beginning of this issue. And the Shadow, we don't know. Was the Shadow Ducard who trained Batman all those years ago? Or did he take on the guise of Ducard, and where is Ducard then? We don't know. We don't know, and neither does Batman. And this is where the Shadow kind of tries to tell him, hey, I didn't do it. I didn't kill Lamont Cranston. I know who killed Lamont Cranston, and he's the Stag, and you really need to look into this. You're looking at the wrong person. We are both looking for the same person, and we get a little bit of a backstory on the Shadow and how he became the Shadow. I like that they gave an intro, a little bit of a background for people who don't know the Shadow, because this does come out of DC Comics. And then the Shadow disappears without a trace. And I like that, and I like how he goes to his friends and he lets them know, or his friends that he used to consider friends, because he's kind of losing his humanity. He decides that humanity is his greatest weakness, so he basically chooses to warn his friends just because of, you know, they've been loyal to him all those years. And I like how Penny kind of like is like, no, I'm sorry, not Penny, Margot is like, no, you still have humanity left in you, and you got to learn that it's not the lack of your humanity, but it's your humanity that's going to get you to beat the Stag, and it's going to be your humanity that you realize is what you need in order to to get Batman and to get the Stag, basically. So Batman does some research and finds out that the targets were all part of the same nominees who won the, Gotham Humane Reward, but one person still remained alive. And that's Dr. Leslie Thompson. And he goes out to save her before the Stag, or before who he believes is the Shadow, attacks. And the Stag does attack Leslie. And what happens is, in this fight with Batman and the Stag, Batman kind of gets overpowered. And then we find out, this is the biggest twist here, that Leslie's somewhere safe. And Leslie was actually the Shadow in disguise. And Batman's kind of like perplexed. He's like, enough with the mind games, enough with everything. I'm taking you off the board, and I'm going to figure this out on my own. You brought your fight to Gotham. This isn't where you belong. Also, I love that Dynamite threw in an advertisement, which I'm looking forward to. The Shadow is coming August 2017. So the end of the summer, we're going to be seeing the Shadow back in Dynamite, and I'm really excited to see that. And I like how the Shadow's warning Batman that, you know, he doesn't follow, the Stag doesn't follow mortal rules. You know, I shot him in the head, but he's going to survive. And, you know, you got to accept me and you got to accept what's going on, because now he's going to go out and seek people of the opposite. I'm the fighter of good. I punish the evil. He's going to punish the good. We need to stop him. And Batman's like, if he's going to look for a greater evil, I know where he's going to go. And I'm not going to spoil the last page, but I will spoil this. If you go into the solicits, if you are daring enough to go into the solicits and look up the cover for issue number 3, you will see who the Stag goes to for help. To be continued. But I will say this, it is obviously a rogue of Batman's gallery, and it's one of Batman's arch rivals. Do I need to say more? Do I need to paint a smile on my face? So this was an excellent book. I love the artwork. It definitely fits for the Shadow. I like how Batman's done. I like the mind games that the Shadow is not really playing on Batman, but he's getting Batman to think outside of the box, I believe. And I liked the way the story is definitely structured. I'm looking forward to issue 3. This is definitely a miniseries you guys should be checking out. Batman the Shadow, issue number 2. Excellent stuff. And now it's your turn. Let me know, or let us know on Comic Frontline, what you guys thought of Batman the Shadow, issue number 2. Did you pick it up? Didn't you pick it up? Did you like it? Didn't you like it? What do you think of the artwork? What do you think of the story? What are your predictions for the future? Do you hope that Dynamite does more crossovers with DC, whether it be Batman, Superman, somebody else? So far, I've noticed that only Batman's been given a lot of the crossovers. Batman and the Justice League. We got Justice League with the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. We got Batman and the Turtles. Oh, and Green Lantern and Star Trek. Green Lantern's crossed over with Star Trek, and now we got Batman and the Shadow. What other crossovers would you like to see DC do? I would love to hear your guys' thoughts. I would love to see a crossover with maybe Superman and Invincible, or there are a lot of possibilities out there that I would like to see, and not counting DC versus Marvel, because I don't think DC and Marvel are going to be crossing over for a bit. But let us know what you think. What crossovers would you like to see? Honestly, it would be cool to see Spawn Batman again, or Superman crossing over with something. I wouldn't care if he crossed over with TMNT. That would be like a dream come true. But anyway, let us know in the comments below what you guys thought. Till next time, we are Comic Frontline, your #1 source for comic-related news, reviews, and a whole bunch more. If you liked what you saw here and you're new to the channel, hopefully you'll click the sub button. This way we're in your sub box and you do not miss out on a single video. Until next time, everybody, take care, keep reading, keep collecting, and I will see you guys really soon in the next video.